remember is when you're asking somebody to retweet something or post something on Facebook or whatever, you're asking for, one, a little slice of their attention, and two, them to basically stamp their social capital on whatever it is you're doing, right? And so, yeah, it's free, but there is a cost there, and you have to understand that not everybody's, necessarily going to be willing to pay that cost. And so some people will, and I think, it's a good thing to be out there and try, and a lot of times it does work because a lot of people are willing to because they like your brand or they just want to, want to be entered to win whatever it is. But you got to remember that, that's kind of a big deal for some people to do that, and they feel like, I'm advertising. Why am I advertising? So I think you gotta think about that when you're doing these types of things.
Is it a niche group or whatever that you're trying to give away? Because I mean, like, if it was something that was related to things that I'm interested in, whether it's fashion or something like that, then as far as my social capital, if I'm someone who's interested in what you want to give away and I'm known for that, then it just goes in line with that. We talked about like coming out of left field. What you do online, whether it's giving something away or getting free stuff, it's all about being consistent. Because if you're someone who is known as someone who spends like millions of dollars on clothes, and then you say, oh, I'm going to do a clothing swap, that doesn't make sense. So it's like whatever you're trying to do, just reach the people that are consistent with what you're doing.
I would also add to that I would feel more comfortable retweeting a deal that I wanted on Twitter, partly because we're a deal-based blog. I would never put a deal on Facebook with my friends. I wouldn't feel comfortable with it. I know some people do, and I wouldn't like it if my friends did that either. I feel like Twitter is business, promotion, and Facebook is personal.
I think that.
Also, what's your Twitter handle?
And I think, depending on what you're giving away, unless you were like, I'm going to give you $10,000 to say that your company is giving me $10,000 in my Facebook status, I'm not gonna promote your company on my status on the off chance that you might give me something if I'm one of 200 people who mention it. But if you want me to write about it on my blog, maybe I will. Or if you want me to retweet it in hopes of winning it, that's different. It's not me taking my own status, which